All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Samurai Champloo, episode 21.
Aha.
So
assassin.
the gang, is beset by an assassin.
Except it's not the gang, it's just Jin.
It's just Jin. But like, okay, so they aren't actually going to split up, but she's got one of them alone. So, yeah, but at least it's not Mugen, because she would have eaten Mugen for lunch.
Yes, and he would have enjoyed that.
Indeed.
Yes, that would have been good times for Mugen. But for Jin here, it's no.
Yeah.
This is a yare yare mendokse, you know.
They have a bit more of an understanding of each other.
Sure, that's a way to put it.
Yeah.
But one of them shouldn't leave here alive.
Yes.
So,
and I mean,
how do you have a part 2 if you're going to start the episode with them
with
fighting?
like killing the character that like is the focus of this? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's been like 9 or 10 years. I don't know.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we need a Mugen for this fight.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
All right.
End of the fight. This is bad.
That's real bad. That's a lot of blood.
Jeez.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Oh, shit. That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, none the wiser.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he booked it the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
That bastard wouldn't be dumb enough to die before fighting me.
Well, that's why they didn't find his body. He didn't settle. She could have fallen, you know, because she is blind, you know.
Right. Oh, yeah, the glasses.
Yeah, he's like, nah, fuck this. I'm
finding my bro.
Yeah. Damn.
Definitely playing it right.
Yeah. See, he's... Yeah.
Yeah, I might have words for her. Wow. Just like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's talking about Hanky Panky.
Yeah. Damn, he's pissed. He's like, fuck!
Yeah, because he thinks she might have actually killed Jin.
Yep.
Luckily, this isn't the first time Mugen's fought somebody whose cuts don't match their blade.
Yeah, her range is nuts, dude.
That was kind of her.
Yeah. And then her song playing. Yeah, perfect. Fuck. She's terrifying.
Yeah. And that's saying something coming from me.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Yep. I like why he's, like, adjusting things to, like, alternate weird parts of his body.
Uh-huh.
So that he's testing, basically, what she can see or sense. Ah!
Oh, that's bad.
Oh!
That's real bad.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it's just... Oh my god.
Okay, that's, well, all right.
First half of the episode.
Yeah.
She nearly kills both of them.
Uh-huh.
Hey. Huh. Seeing if he wants to live.
And maybe
Given what
also,
happened.
just in case he's a dangerous type.
Mm-hmm. It's empty. Nice.
Oh my god.
Or something, you know, whatever.
I mean, there's plenty of food just around. Okay. Ah, missed it. Well, it sounded cool in my head.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I need to make an NPC like this guy. This guy's amazing. Just full of bullshit. He's just charismatic enough to make you seem like he's wise.
Says it very confidently.
Yeah. I helped? Wow, that's where the line came from. Oh, no. Okay. Wait, what?
Wait. Yeah, okay.
But what if... I love him.
Yeah, he's
I love him
great.
so much.
I love how we never really see the people that talk to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Wow.
Stopped in the flow for a second, but then got caught back up in it.
Or maybe thinks her son is actually dead. That was great.
Jin just,
Yep.
hello. Doesn't answer.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Sure.
But who would hire an assassin over
Yeah,
us?
that's-
Yeah.
As good as she is.
Would it just be because they, from the very beginning, the very first episode, they were supposed to be, you know,
Maybe.
killed that one time? And she saves them? It sounds like bullshit.
But he doesn't know it's bullshit. And Jin, the structured person, is telling Mugen to trust his instincts.
What'd you figure out?
Yeah, what's the deal?
Oh, it's so fucking
That is
cool.
gorgeous. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's so cool.
She changed her blow's trajectory. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, the why? Why? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. That was really
Scream, yeah.
good. But showing the red.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck.
way to go.
That was art. That was
that was incredible.
Oh,
I love how
my
they didn't
gosh.
actually show the impact of Mugen's strike. Like for a second there, I thought he had just like knocked her over the head or something, and then as the water comes in, then we see there's blood. Well,
All right.
okay.
I thought we were gonna get like a part 2, 3, or 4 kind of setup here, but
Yeah.
no.
I mean,
she's dead.
She's dead. Like they could have
Just like
absolutely
that.
done that
saw
with
that.
how attached we were to her as a character. Like
Yep.
they worked her into the party dynamic really well. I wish she
I
continued
wish she was
with
still
them.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
I
really liked her character.
like it
I
felt
totally
like she
thought they were gonna do a let's all come together. We'll help
right
you."
exactly. You know
I
they
know she had nothing to live for.
nope. Yeah. She didn't even need to continue with doing what she was doing, but she had nothing to live for, and she just there was no fight left in her.
Yeah. The whole idea of surrendering to the flow is such a fun concept because that's death.
Sure.
That's what death is.
Right. And in a lot of ways
life is pain and the struggle and the idea that time and all it is just some complete, total, all-powerful flow.
which
that,
is
if you want to surrender to it,
you can.
you can.
And that makes for a wonderful way in which she can connect with each of the 3 main characters individually.
Finally, at the last moment, yeah.
Well, because if Fu is the journey, right, and she's kind of roped Jin and Mugen into it with her.
Yes.
Right. Mugen is the struggler who's the okay. I can never stop fighting because if I stop, I die. Right. And so he recognizes that in her, right. While also her sort of embodying maybe his deepest fears of eventually losing that fight.
Right,
Like,
because she chose to go on the journey with him. That was her decision to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And then with Jin, it's the okay, so I'm also kind of where you're at, where there's no fight left. So what do you do? Why are you still going? You know? And Jin's been slowly learning to keep going.
Yep.
Right? And that's what she started to learn to do over the course of the previous episode. And even after she realizes that her son has probably been dead this whole time, you know, or for a long time now, that doesn't change anything.
Well, okay, you could view it that way. I think in a lot of ways that's why she came back.
Oh.
Is basically I've already resigned to die. It's now my time. I would rather die here and basically, have it be a failure.
Right.
Rather than potentially being used again in some ways.
Sure.
Especially if there's a chance that my son is alive. Like, no, he's dead. I've resolved that. I'm no longer fighting the flow in the slightest little bit. That's why she's saying I have no, choice. It's just...
Right. Those people will never manipulate me again.
Right.
Yeah.
I am fully surrendering. And then the flow comes in and washes away with the blood and everything. And it's just like, that's it.
And so, of course, then Mugen is the final one to defeat her, but also see this decision, right? Whereas Jin figures it out because he's the most similar to her in actuality, kind of. And then, of course, Mugen lets out that cry,
right?
And it's not because he had the hots for her or whatever. No, it's,
Yeah, Jin surrendered to the flow a while ago. That's why he's just, I'm here. I'm going to die at some point. Someone's going to come along and be like, you did this. You deserve to die. And be like,
and they'll just beat me or whatever.
Then do it. Do it.
Yeah.
That was what the young guy was coming in for. And he's just like, do you have it? Come on.
Right.
Like, no, you don't.
You
fucking idiot.
And yet Jin will never, has never done what she did here of the stopping the blow, right? Of the, because in Mugen's case, that's probably one of the reasons why he got excited when it came down to the fight, because it's the cool 2 people that are desperately trying to survive, and we're going to go into a fight and see who comes out, right?
And she
and she chose to not, right? As they're both going for the blows that will kill each other,
right?
She stops her blow, right? Like it's both the thing that lets herself be defeated, but also defeats Mugen in a way, right?
Yeah, because he killed somebody that wanted to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tragic. Like, I love the way in which there's this melancholy to Samurai Champloo's mini stories. But this one, I think, particularly got me because I think that no other character in the story, even Jin, has personified this antithesis to who Mugen is.
Sure.
And yet Mugen was suckered in again, believing that he found someone like him. And no, she's the opposite. Like, you could say that she presented the similar thing, but that was only possible because she was the opposite. If she presented that other thing while she was, already similar, that wouldn't have been a lot of internal conflict. But that internal conflict was what he noticed. In some ways,
exactly.
he almost
that's the part
understood
that he
her.
identified with, right?
And that's the part that's fun about Mugen as a character is we've only got so much to know about whether he truly has a death wish. Like, there's a lot about him that holds that contradiction very strongly in place.
Yes.
But no, he clearly does want to live. He doesn't actively seek out death.
Well, and I think that's so, is it the tragedy that the person who is just like him ends up making the decision that he desperately hopes he will never make? And there you go. Hence the cry. Or is it the one time you actually thought you found someone like you? All the people that you have traveled with, like his previous crew and things like that. Nope. And so now this one person that you thought was like you turns out they're not. And yet he knows he can't actually make that decision, right? Because that's part of who he is, right? And so, he hucks the blade away.
I think it's that more so than the other. I think there's an anguish in knowing that he was betrayed again. In some ways.
Yeah.
And the betrayal was not her deciding to kill them. The betrayal was her giving up and surrendering to the flow.
Yeah. And in a lot of ways, I like to think that maybe the reason that they've never, Mugen and Jin have never actually fought since the beginning is not because they don't want to fight each other, not because they don't get on each other's nerves and all that stuff. They have every excuse and whatnot, and they definitely make the show
of it.
Yeah, the show of it. But the reason that they don't actually is because Mugen maybe can tell that Jin is seeking his death.
Right.
And so it's the that defeats the purpose, right? That wouldn't give me any joy,
Yeah. They're both hoping that they can find each other at that point when they'd be perfect to fight each other.
When the journey ends and they've both grown together, then they can finally kill each other.
Right.
A bromance written, like
it's beautiful.
For the, to last the test of time.
That's why they don't have any eyes for you, Fu. They're spending all that energy preparing themselves.
That's
for
right.
Their man.
To run their swords right into each other. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But this was an absolutely beautiful episode. And the fights in this episode were gorgeous, and that's saying something considering
character animation alone.
Yeah, and this is a show where the fights in general are pretty damn awesome, right? There were too many cuts to choose from as far as favorites.
Just the artistic choice of having the water being cut and disturbed in the rainfall.
That was
from the swings of the blades.
God, that was such a way to communicate the speed of the strike. Literally it's creating a curtain in the rainfall, because it's that fast. It's just everywhere. It's catching all those raindrops. Right? Yeah.
It's only an animation. This is
absolutely.
what the animation medium is meant to do, is showcase these things that are hyper unrealistic.
Right.
Dramatically told in the way with these very realistic human animations with regards to their bodies and stuff, so that we're able to connect with it. So.
And I gotta say, if you're going to go into the realm of the kind of supernatural levels of proficiency, for a fighter, have it be in a situation like this where we have a very strong emotional attachment to what's going on. With the previous fighter that we had, where it was the dude who went and studied and then came back. That felt like it was more of a way to get at who Mugen was as a person. Right. And this one, I feel like it did that for the character that they introduced.
Right.
And also for the whole crew.
This is to emphasize how lonely this world really is.
Yeah.
In a world where all she wanted was to go on the journey with him together.
And she did.
That was basically her saying, My
Even
son,
if it's just this.
Well, no, my son is something they're holding over me. She's basically saying, I can move past that. I can have them be my family again. Because what she's basically saying by traveling with them is, I don't care about my son.
Sure.
Like, that's got to be so hard to do.
Oh,
to
God,
basically just move on.
Yeah.
And while there's a little element of running away from it, where it's the, no, I'm doing my thing. I'm ingratiating myself with them. I'm just taking a long time. Yeah. But the fact that they kept finding her, the fact that in some ways, I almost liken it to death. There was a little bit of an element of her kind of hearing the voice on the other side of the Buddha and having these little windmill things for of the purpose of emphasizing the cycle, life and death and all that. And thus she can't escape death. It just comes over with a soft whisper being like, have you done it? Is it time? Yeah. And she'd been resisting its call for so long, but now it's the I should be done.
And the fact that we get something like this so relatively close to the end of the show too. Like,
that doesn't seem to have anything immediate in the plot relevance.
Yeah, not in the plot relevance.
People are hunting us as a group.
Right, because of course, we've gotten up to enough trouble that like
people don't like us.
Right, like it's like, wait, who did it? Well, if you want to go through the list of potential candidates, it could be anybody.
Right. It's almost kind of
we can't narrow it down
in a way that it doesn't really matter who it is.
Well, that adds to the uncaring nature of it and the idea that it is more of a force than an actual like set of individuals, right? If it was an individual, they could go and they could kill that. They could, they could defeat it, right?
We never saw the face.
I'm sure that Mugen and Jin would have absolutely been like, "What? Oh, your son's been captured? Let's go!" Like,
why not?
Oh,
you want to travel with us?
Yeah.
Well, if it was Fu's kid, I don't have a kid. That's not the point. Shut up.
Yeah. You'll never have kids with that face. What? Yeah. And then Mugen would be like, yeah, no, there will be tons of great fights that we could get into. And Jin would be like, oh, yeah, no, these people seem really shitty. They seem like kind of dicks. Let's do this. But no.
But
that's not how this goes.
That's not how this goes.
And so what does that mean then for, the show itself?
Yeah. I love everything to do with Jin's little rescuer guy as well.
Oh, God, that was great.
The fact that he comes in spouting this bullshit so confidently, and then Jin's like, I've been rescued by a wise old person. No, this guy's just a jokester.
Yeah.
Just messing with people, just for fun. Half of the things he said could have been true, too. That's the thing.
Sure.
Like, that's the perfect kind of jokester, is that they say some things that make you go, wait, shut them up.
Yeah, wait, hang on.
Hold on.
So, 95% chance you're bullshitting me. 99.8% chance, in fact.
No. But like 85,
But there is a chance that you're not.
Right.
And even if it's really small,
it's weird that you're bullshitting me that way. Like
that way, and like the thing that you're bullshitting me about is important enough that I want to investigate that 0.2% chance, right? Like
I loved him so much because Jin took what he said to heart.
Yeah.
Even if he couldn't even back up the lesson is there. I'm not proficient enough to apply the lesson properly.
Yep.
But that doesn't change the fact that what I said was pretty profound.
Right. You can be wise without being good at enacting on that wisdom, Difference
wisdom
between knowing the path and walking the path,
wisdom and competency are not the same thing.
Exactly.
Because it's time plus experience and insight.
Right.
And while those do beget wisdom, you might not necessarily know how to apply it properly.
Right. You could have the armchair person watching the TV of the wrestling match or the football game or whatever. That's like no, what they should do is that, there is a possibility that you're right.
Yeah.
Are you a professional, though? And would you actually be able to back up those words if you're in that situation? Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. But it also doesn't change the fact that they could
that you could also be wrong,
Yeah. But, great episode. Really evocative imagery, painful
Beautiful.
stuff. I loved that Fu leaping on Mugen in the classic kind of lover's way is the thing that stopped her.
Yeah.
And it's the thing of where she doesn't want to be doing this, but like at that
course
moment,
not.
the ability to hold back and go, again, they have a journey. I don't have one. I don't even know if I'm going to see my son again.
Yep.
That's just enough for her to split off and go and do her own thing. And then the guy's like, you thought you could just leave? Like, you know, you thought this was over?
Yeah.
And then in that moment, it like clicks for her. Zangief had the moment of
Right.
clarity.
It's never over.
It's never over.
And it's been over this whole time.
Right.
Like it's,
Yeah.
Yeah. The sick joke, she suddenly got the punchline.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something so fun about stories that use this storytelling medium. The idea that there was a simple answer to the whole thing that was a sick joke, and it was staring right in front of you the whole time, and then it just kind of clicks. And characters that realize that. I love when that's done in live action because they really focus on like the character kind of
That, like,
expressions
close-up
and the
shot.
body
Yeah.
language and stuff. But the way in animation you can use the environment to perfect effect to solidify that, then having the fight be so like perfect for it, and then the answer being in the something that they didn't even necessarily explicitly explain this was what it was, but she always took off her shoes when she was about to fight.
Oh.
And so when he takes off his shoes, he's got these little cluck, 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 little, claws there.
Yeah.
She could have been just listening, She could have just, daredevil, just listening. But who's to say?
Right.
Once he ends up stopping the fight, in some ways letting her have the potential hit on him, he's invisible to her.
Right.
He surrendered to the flow of the rain. He didn't resist it.
And yeah. No,
And that could have
great.
left him open to an attack.
Sure.
Regardless of whether it was the sound thing or was the symbolic thing of him standing there, or whether she knew he was there.
And
but
just
she could
decided
tell,
not to because
she could tell, he's not going to make a move on me. I'm going to do likewise and mirror him.
Yep. There are so
They
many
all
different
work.
ways that you can read into this and interpret it.
Yeah.
And I love it. And god damn it, why did this character have to get killed off?
Because
that's the poetic beauty of the situation.
Right, because this is jazz, Jacob. This is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It can never be the same way twice.
Never be the same way twice, true, but it also just never goes in a happy way. Like, So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.